Are we gonna have to throw out 240 million PCs next year when Windows 10 reaches end of life? According to one IT analytics firm, that's how many computers are ineligible for a Windows 11 upgrade, meaning they won't be getting security updates after October 2025. And while it's possible to pay Microsoft for extended security updates, Slovenian company Acros Security thinks it has a better and cheaper solution. They call it Zero Patch, and it's supposed to keep Windows 10 safe to use for at least 5 years beyond October 2025. But how is it different from Microsoft's official solutions? What are its strengths and weaknesses? And how the heck does an outside company even figure out how to patch Windows security holes? I mean, it's not like Microsoft just leaves Windows source code laying around for anyone to look at. Before we go on, I just want to say we're not affiliated or paid by Acros in any way. This is just cool information. It turns out that not having the source code isn't a big deal for software engineers who are good at reverse engineering. Once a vulnerability in Windows has been identified and the engineers can reproduce it, they can track exactly how that data flows between different processes running on the PC, and they can examine the code that's being executed using software tools. After this tracking and inspection step, the team then attempts to modify the original Windows code, more on that shortly, to plug the security hole. Although new vulnerabilities are found regularly with Windows, many of them fall into known categories, allowing Zero Patch to get fixes out the door in relatively short order. But there's something about these fixes that is very interesting compared to official Windows patches, and we'll tell you what that is right after we thank Private Internet Access. Their VPN network spans across 6 continents and 91 countries. That's all the good ones, letting you access your local catalog of content from all over the globe. VPNs are like a little invisible tunnel for your online life. No one, especially your internet service provider or nosy third parties, gets to see what you're up to. Your privacy belongs to you. Plus, with just one subscription, you can connect an unlimited number of devices to PIA. Really unlimited? Geez. Go check out PIA using our link in the description for a special deal with a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee. So what clever way has Zero Patch devised to keep Windows updated? Instead of altering the original Windows system files that live on a drive, Zero Patch instead alters processes running in RAM. Acros says this has a big advantage. If a patch that affects a running process, for example a spreadsheet program, is released, the patch gets applied without the user having to reboot the PC or close the spreadsheet they're working on. Instead, Zero Patch briefly stops the process and alters a few bytes in memory, which only takes a fraction of a second. Additionally, attempting to alter Windows files would make the operating system think that there's a security issue, and it wouldn't exactly be convenient to have your computer constantly think it has some kind of malware infection, ironically caused by security patches. So avoiding this approach altogether minimizes the chances that Windows would somehow block the security fixes. And if for some reason a patch messes something up or otherwise needs to be unapplied, de-applied, this can be very easily done simply by disabling Zero Patch, which instantly removes any changes from memory without having to go through the process of deinstalling an update, or uninstalling. But beyond these usability advantages, Acros says Zero Patch is superior for certain vulnerabilities that Microsoft hasn't even addressed yet. That is, zero-day attacks, including, for example, security holes in authentication for large networks, which Microsoft actually just stopped issuing patches for. The point here is that not only is Zero Patch a solution to keep Windows 10 safe to use, but the approach is also supposed to help with existing problems Microsoft either can't or won't fix. Indeed, Acros has said that trying to fix the source code is much more time-consuming than Zero Patch's handle it in RAM approach, meaning they're actually supposed to push out patches faster than you used to be getting from Windows Update. But lest we sound like we're shilling for them, again, this was not a paid video and we have no affiliation with Acros, let's now talk about a key limitation to their solution. Unlike official Microsoft fixes, Zero Patch can't touch problems in the kernel, basically the underlying code of the operating system. Instead, it'll patch issues in user space, essentially the programs you can see running in Task Manager. But the good news is that most critical issues that attackers could exploit are in user space. So Acros is pretty confident that Zero Patch will prevent Windows 10 from becoming unacceptably risky to use as the years go by. Still, it's important to note that Zero Patch tends to focus on specific attack vectors, meaning that despite its advantages, it may not protect against the same range of attacks that the official Microsoft updates would. If you want to give Zero Patch a try, Acros told us that they're looking at extending support beyond 5 years if demand is there, but again, the service is not free. though it is nice for Microsoft to have a little competition. Are you planning to make your Windows 10 system last for as long as it can? Let us know down in the comments. And if you'd like to learn a bit of history about how Windows XP lasted as long as it did, go watch this video next.